5 anonymous contestants from MrBeast's Beast Games show with Amazon have filed a class action lawsuit against him and Amazon for chronic mistreatment and neglect during the production of the show. And there were over 2,000 participants in this show, mind you. Only 5 of them have gone to the effort of filing this lawsuit. They're making claims of failure to pay minimum wage and overtime, failure to prevent sexual harassment, and they also claim that participants were not provided uninterrupted meal breaks and rest breaks. Several contestants ended up hospitalized, other reported suffering physical and mental complications while being subjected to chronic mistreatment, degradation, and, for the female contestants, hostile working conditions.
It's like the meme about Survivor where it's like the contestants like, I don't know how I'm going to survive. I'm going to starve to death. The cameraman, he's like pulling from craft services and eating a sub sandwich.
People are, we've already talked about all of these allegations before the lawsuit, by the way. I just think people are being soft.
Yes.
And they're chasing clout. It's either one or the other, or both.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, oh yeah. Like I saw, I mean, okay, the sexual harassment stuff, I don't know what that is, but the rest of it, I'm just like...
I tried to find some kind of example of how sexual harassment took place on the production.
There was a dick drawn on a whiteboard.
Yeah, they say the lawsuit seeks to establish a pattern of sexual harassment, according to attorneys. For example, the complaint cites instructions from an alleged employee handbook titled How to Succeed in a MrBeast Production. And it includes this. If talent wants to draw a dick on the whiteboard in the video or do something stupid, let them. Really do everything you can to empower the boys when filming and help them make content. Help them be idiots. That was the extent of evidence that I saw here in the Variety report about sexual harassment. If there were something more than that, I believe it would be here, highlighted here.
I mean, I guess the whole point is that if you're going to get good content, you kind of have to let people act unencumbered.
Yeah,
so it's like
that's reality TV.
Somebody's going to do something. Like we've heard endless stories of like producers on reality TV shows who like encourage actors to do stupid shit.
Literally my dream job.
We just watched
to be the producer.
To be a shit stirrer on a reality TV show, 100%.
We just watched an episode of Bones where like it's like Judge Trudy, and Judge Trudy's drunk all the time, and the producer is murdered because she's just constantly trying to rile up defendants into like fighting with each other. I was like, Mary would love that job.
One of the female plaintiffs in the lawsuit, identified only as Contestant 5, said in a statement, quote, I wanted to join because I was a fan of MrBeast and his videos made me smile during the pandemic. I expected to be challenged, but I didn't think I would be treated like nothing, less than nothing. And as one of the women, I can say it absolutely felt like a hostile environment for us. We honestly could not have been respected less as people, much less as employees if they tried. So basically the gender discrimination complaint comes from the fact that they were doing physical challenges. When teams were picked, obviously all of the young guys picked to be on teams with each other. Boys. Because they can outperform women and elderly people.
Look, I've been told by Hollywood for at least a decade that none of that is true, so I don't know what any of these women were thinking. They should have easily teamed up and beat the men. I watch women beat up 300-pound super soldiers in movies all the time. All the time.
The attorney says, as extreme as the allegations against the defendants are here, the law could not be more clear. Participants entered into contracts and they were promised compensation for their services. Their expectation of compensation, along with them being consistently under the control and supervision of production staff, makes them employees under California law, and as such, they were entitled to and denied certain protections. And when you add to that the extreme neglect, degradation, and harassment and inhumane conditions, it's quite simply a massive dereliction of duty for which the defendants must and will now be held accountable.
So he's basically a Marine corporal in dereliction of duty right now.
I'm kind of confused because they filmed this in Vegas.
Yeah.
And a lot of the participants were Vegas residents who saw this essentially as a normal casting call. So I don't know how this pertains to California law particularly?
I mean, and
Mr. Beast has his company based in North Carolina, so I don't know why. I guess Amazon is based in California, so that's why.
Yeah, if it was shot through Amazon Studios, then it could be licensed under Amazon, which wouldn't be through his traditional company. Yeah,
I think a lot of things are being exaggerated here, and even if they're not being exaggerated, you were free to leave at any time, right? Like, if you were in a medical situation, you needed medical attention, leave. Like, go get the medical attention you need. Like, if you were in mental distress, and I swear one of these women, I don't know if she was involved in this lawsuit, one of the women who was on the show claimed she was experiencing suicidal ideation due to the way that she was treated by the staff.
If she used the word ideation, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
She read it somewhere and is repeating it.
It would be like us being like, I have to do my job every day. I'm suing Tim because my job is difficult.
Like, if you're suicidal because the reality TV show competition is too taxing on your mental health, leave.
People
are expecting to be treated like toddlers.
Yeah, that's the problem. And it's not just that, Mary. It's the fact that MrBeast might have been responsible for another 9/11. Did you see this?
The tower collapses?
Dexerto reported a MrBeast crew member was allegedly hospitalized on September 11th after part of a tower at Beast Games collapsed on them while filming.
Look.
Was it 7?
I don't know if there was, I don't know if it was 7. I don't know if that tower had steel beams.
Yeah.
But we're going to need to investigate this right now.
Yeah.
Otherwise, and I like this meme down here. It says, sir, we have confirmation.
We can't take anything seriously.
I read this and I'm like, not even fact checking it. I hope that what I'm reading is true.
A lot of people are preying on the downfall of MrBeast, and they have good reasons, but this is not one of them. So that's why a lot of the replies are actually agreeing with the complaints. One said, 2024 has been the year of the downfall of MrBeast.
He's bigger than ever.
That's not true.
He's bigger than, like, that's none of this stuff. Oddly enough, the only thing that could possibly bring him down would be saying something super racist or sexist, or some type of his own sexual assault allegations. Everything else just makes it more interesting to people who might watch it.
Right. This is only good PR. In fact, I theorized perhaps he was behind this lawsuit.
Again,
he's using this as a guerrilla marketing campaign.
Maybe he just said, he's like, you know what? Don't set that tower up perfectly well.
Yeah.
Like, maybe leave a couple of the nuts and bolts out of that, just in case. Might make for great TV. I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just positing that, if somebody was an evil mastermind, they could do that.
We have a 20 from Jose Quintana. Long live PCC. Have you guys seen The Unreal, the inner workings of reality TV? Long live PCC. I have not seen
I've watched a couple of short docs on how reality TV is made. Mostly the stuff I watched was related to camera techniques and the way that they're shot. Less so focused on the evil,
the psychological torture,
shit-stirring producers. But it's not just that, guys. So as you remember, was it about a month ago, MrBeast had all of the allegations regarding Chris Tyson swirling around him. Well, he didn't really feel like addressing that. But don't worry. He did address the Lunchly situation.
Oh.
Yes, he decided to comment on the fact that people are mad that he's making a Lunchable knockoff. Right?
Okay.
He says Lunchables sell hundreds of millions of units and countless people eat it. Our goal is to give people a better for you alternative. Our turkey meal, for example, is 80 less calories, 60% less sugar, more electrolytes. We use real cheese. They use cheese product. So he's throwing shade at Heinz and Lunchables here.
So he's single-handedly fighting the childhood obesity.
Well, no, I saw Neon from Clownfish say, like, what makes YouTubers think that they can just enter these markets with these huge competitors? Like Lunchable is a behemoth. of a brand.
So is Mr. Beast, though.
But the thing I said, well, he's teaming with Logan Paul. Prime energy drinks are everywhere now, and energy drinks are a very crowded market. So very clearly,
these are Primes. Prime's good.
Yeah. So they're doing plenty of business, right? And I would argue that if there was a person who was making content that seemed to fit a market, it's that Mr. Beast seems to advertise towards kids, and Lunchables are being sold to pretty much exclusively kids and then me.
Yeah.
So you still do? You still get down with them?
I'll still eat a pizza Lunchable. Yeah, I will.
He should have just called them Feastables, though.
No, because the candy bar is a Feastable. It's the branding has to be separate.
That's a Feastables candy bar.
Yes,
the Feastables.
But it's synonymous with the candy bar now. Feastables. There isn't another Feastables product.
Lunchly is the dumbest name I've ever heard, and they need to call it a Feastable.
But don't worry, because Shane H. Wilder posted Marriables and Breadables.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, there's the Marriable right there.
Sunny side up eggs and bacon and a can of Zins.
And mine was
my breakfast.
Nice.
Mine was 3 tacos, ketchup, and a 5-hour ketchup chips and a 5-hour energy.
It was a Sheets tacos. Okay.
He tagged Sheets, and by the way, Sheets responded to this.
Did they?
Yes, they did. They gave us the
noticed by Sheets one time.
Nice.
Yep. So
thank you for that.
You've made it.
Yeah, Mr.
Right.
Beast. Mr. Beast is going to be just fine. I have no doubt.
In an interview back in March, Mr. Beast said, "If Beast Games fails, I'm done."
Yeah, I don't believe that.
That's not true.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.